What's going on, everybody? Galactic Battlefront here. Today I'm happy to bring you guys the final review of the 2-packs. Now, one thing I forgot to do in all the other videos is show the back, so I'm going to do that first, so that way everybody can see what's missing here. So these are the singles that came out, and before anybody says anything, not all of this is exclusive to Canada. Just as of right now, I know that these are not coming to the US. These are supposed to be coming at some point, whether they'll be at Target, Walmart, secondhand store, online at GameStop, nobody knows yet. I do have these two already. I would like to get a couple more Grunts, a couple more Chiefs to paint, maybe one or two Johnsons, and you know, definitely would army build these guys. But here you can at least see the 2-packs, and this is all that were there. And yeah, you know, hopefully these maybe come at some point, but I don't think that they are. It's not looking good for them here. But these were confirmed, I believe, by somebody saying that they were coming at some point. I don't know if that's true or not, but at least we have these. So I'm going to open these up. We have Sergeant Forge and Arbiter, Ripa, Moramee. This is not Arbiter Thale Vadam, which is the Arbiter that we've known. This is the two from Halo Wars. I never really played Halo Wars, so I don't know too much about their characters, but all I know is this Arbiter looks sick. And you can see we have a different type of shotgun here. So far, I think we've only had the Reach shotgun, so this one looks like it's a mix between Halo CE and Halo 3. So I'll take that because you can use that with any Chiefs. You can see Sergeant Forge here with some eye makeup on. At least that's what it looks like. We'll look at that in a second. And we have these two really sweet energy swords, which I love the color on these. It's like a bluish purple. It's honestly probably the best ones that we've gotten so far. And then you can see the two base plates back there. But anyway, let me open this up and then we'll get to it. All right, here they are out of the box. I changed up the camera angle so that you can see the noticeable size difference between these two. This Arbiter is massive, and I will do a comparison when I get to him to the other Arbiter that we've received in the Halo Warthog pack. So anyway, I'm just going to go over these base plates here. These are different from the other two. So previously we've had these purple ones, which are like Covenant interior, I guess. And this one, I really like this design on it. It's more so like the Forerunner artifact places, whatever you want to call them. And you get two of these, so you can connect them any which way you want. It'll pretty much keep the design flowing through too, just minus the you know, the gap here. But still, this looks cool. It's got a nice little dry brush, and it's like gunmetal color. So you got that for those two. Hopefully we see more of these. They're not currently in Series 6 or Wave 6, whatever you want to refer to it as. But these are always a cool thing, and you can make like a game out of them if you keep them going. So it would be cool to see them return. I'm going to go over the weapons real quick. So we have this, like I said, this is like a Halo CE, Halo 3 shotgun. But I love this because you can use this for so many things. Still that bendy plastic, unfortunately, but you know, if it's what's best for the environment, I guess we'll take it, right? But you can see just a light gray paint with sort of a dark grayish blue, I guess you could call that. It's got a hint of blue in it. But that's a shotgun. Could use maybe a black wash to bring out just some of the details, but other than that, I mean, it's fine. Put that to the side. These two are probably the best in the pack and the best that we've gotten so far, just based on the color. I mean, we've gotten some lighter colored ones, but these ones, you have a little bit of purple down here. You can't really see it too well on the camera, but then it fades to blue, then there's some purple again. And I mean, this is just really cool looking. And you got your hilts there. Obviously, you know, these are marketed for children, I believe, on the box. Yes, so if they included small pieces, they would be choking hazards. It would be cool just to get hilts, but you can easily just cut these off. I'm getting to the point to where I have so many of these, and I have a couple warped ones where I might slice the blade off just to have a hilt. But yeah, you get two of these. This Arbiter, I'm assuming, dual wields these. Like I said, not played Halo Wars, so I'm not 100% sure on that. But anyway, we're going to take a look at Sergeant Forge first. So we're just going to go over some things with him. So like I said, I'll bring my light down here so that we can see a little bit more. It looks like he has eyeliner on. I'm not sure what happened there, But other than that, I mean, the face sculpts are much better than what we've had previously. I don't have the pilot on hand to show you his face sculpt, but this is still much better than that. I would like to have had Sergeant Johnson, because that's another one with a face sculpt that I can go off of, but we're just gonna rock this real quick. So it looks like they're using face printing technology similar to Hasbro's. It's almost there. I would say, you know, Hasbro's is just a tad bit better, but this is the start of this, so they're probably tweaking it. So I'll take it on a character that I don't really know much about, to be honest with you, and we'll keep it going. Hopefully we see it continue. There's nothing wrong with it. It's all trial and error. But anyway, we're gonna go over here, check out this armor piece. I love the card here. I never noticed that before. I have seen this character a couple times, I just never noticed the card there. You also have some sort of insignia. Can't make out what that is. Yeah, I can't make out what that is. I would have to look that up. And then there's another insignia on this shoulder here. But anyway, I'm gonna go over articulation. So this is movable, as you can see. It's totally bendable, so you can get full T-pose if you want it to. And then we can just put that down, press this in a little bit, just hold it for a couple seconds, and it'll be pretty much back to normal. So that's really good. You can spin the arms all the way around, and you have this weird camo pattern. I'm not sure what kind of camo it's supposed to be or what it's mimicking, but it's there. It's on wherever there's clothes, minus the joints here, which again I would like to see. Then you have pretty much 90-degree bend at the elbow. You can get down about that far, so a little bit of a hyperflex. Your wrist joints, these are going to be the same as they've always been, except for wave one. Wave one had them up and down, which originally I thought was better, but I do like this joint more. Then you have across the torso here, I'm gonna say that these are elite kill tally marks, and then you have a UNSC with like I think it's supposed to be a barcode. It's a little off, so it just says NSC, and then if you turn it this way you can see the U. But it's pretty cool that it's there. You know, they didn't have to do that, so the fact that they did is really cool. And then this arm's going to be the same of the left or the right arm, excuse me. We're not going to have any upper torso movement really at all. It's pretty much just locked in there. You can't spin it, can't go up or down. You can get a little bit, but I don't want to push it because, again, this is the only one that I have. So yeah, not really much torso movement at all up here. A little bit of a wobble, and that's it. So not the best, we'll say that. But here you have his leg, and he has a Halo Magnum. Sucks it's not removable, and it's canted forward a little bit further than I think I would like. But it is cool that it's there and it's on the character. I mean, we have seen this before, but it's just the fact that it's a Halo Magnum and not the sidekick is pretty cool. Not that there's nothing wrong with the sidekick, just, you know, I like older Halo stuff. But anyway, you're going to be able to kick up that far, and as you can see a little bit, they're a little loose, but nothing you can't fix. And you can kick up about that far with this one. I just wanted to get this one out of the way because you can see that there's an extra mold on this one. You are going to get hindered articulation this way, but you can push that out of the way with this a little bit. However, this one you can get almost a karate kick. It just depends on if it's going to stay or not. And then you're going to be able to bend very well. Knees, no problems with articulation ever. You're going to have a joint down here, and I'm not sure where it connects. I don't want to pull his foot off. It looks like it's up in the front of the boot here. So, yep, you can rock the ankles, which is very good. Not every figure has that, but it's nice when they do. I enjoy it. And that's pretty much Sergeant Forge there. You can spin his head around, and you can also have him look up about that far. He's gonna hit that collar, and then you can look down pretty well. But yeah, not a bad fig. I definitely like him. I don't know when I'm gonna use him for photos, but we will figure that out. Like I said, I haven't really played Halo Wars, so I'm not 100% sure. But just so you can see Let me get him standing up straight here. The size difference between these two. He can stand properly. Now he's going to give me some issues. Alright, get him as close as I can. So you can see massive size difference here, which is awesome. Elites are supposed to tower humans, and Spartans a little bit, depends on which Spartan number they are. But this is awesome looking right here. So let me put Forge aside and get to the Arbiter, which is definitely the staple of this pack. This is an Arbiter I'm unfamiliar with, but he just looks massive and bulkier than Arbiter Thelvadam, and that's the Arbiter that I've grown up with and I've known. But the armor, it looks pretty much the same. Now, I don't have the Halo 2 Arbiter in hand. Going off of the back of the box here, grab that, sorry. So going off the back of the box here, you can see that the armor is pretty much the same or similar. There's a little bit extra here and there, but it's just the Arbiter's armor set. So very cool to have this. Like I said, this is definitely a beefier Arbiter. At least it looks beefier to me. We have an open mouth, and these are kind of a harder plastic, so you want to be careful. They can still move a little bit, and there looks like there's little teeth details in there, which is pretty cool. I didn't notice that at first, but you can see that, and you'll also see his eye. Both are done beautifully. This one has a bit more color on it than this one does. I don't know if that's per the game or if it was just paint. Let me get a closer look here on my own. It looks like it's just missing a tiny bit of paint on this side, but no big deal. Both of them are still there. They're pretty much spot on. We're going to go over articulation here, starting with the head. Not much that you can do besides spin his head. That's literally it. This neck joint doesn't move. It's probably just hindered and locked in there, but you know, he still looks pretty cool just like this. I'm not going to complain too much about that. You are going to get hindered because of the armor piece here, and you can get up a little bit more on the side. Actually, no, that's probably about the same. So that's about as far as he's going to be able to go up. Not really a T-pose, but sort of a T-pose, I guess, if you want to look at it that way. And then arm articulation, where you're going to get about that much of a bend. And then if you go this way, you can get a little bit more. So it just depends on where it's at. So it's not 90. I'd say maybe 45. But you can easily cut some of this plastic away right here and probably get away with just a little bit more. You probably get it 290, and that is on both sides. Actually, that's just about 90 maybe. Yeah, it's just before it. You gotta push it a little bit to get there. Same hinge that we've always had for elites. This one's a little loose, as you can see. I'm just barely touching it compared to this side. Yep, still have the same soft hands so that they can grab the energy sword. So what I always did is I would hold their hands out like this for a couple seconds and then put the energy sword in and then just kind of press in. That way it locks in. I'll show that in a second. We do have torso movement on this figure at least, so you can see he can wobble. Kind of go back just about that far, look forward just about that far. There's a right lean, there's a left lean. His legs, we're going to be able to kick up probably about that high before they would pop out of the socket. And that is on both sides. You can hear the plastic start to crack there, or creak, not crack. And then we're going to flip it around because this is where most of the details at. It's back here in his, I don't know if this is an undersuit or if it's a skin, whatever it is. But, you know, you can see a lot of that and it looks really good. It seems like they did a black wash on this figure, so you can see like it's dirty. So the deco on this one is really good. You actually don't really need a black wash on this, and the armor kind of shines. And I mean, it looks really good. So I can only imagine how good the actual Halo 2 Arbiter looks in hand. Because you can see all of this in here has a nice black wash all throughout. So they did a really nice job on this one. I could see where the money went in for the deco, and it was worth it. So back down to the legs here, you're going to be able to get about that far. So let me stand them up straight so you can see. So 90 at the knee, and then they also have a joint here. So you can get about that far back and that far forward. Let's see, get him standing up straight here. So there he is standing up. He doesn't really have any movement down here anywheres. I don't know if similar elites have. I think Arbiter had a little bit more movement down here. I'll grab him in a second so that we can see. But this guy just looks awesome. All right, and here is the other Arbiter. So you can see they're pretty much about the same height. I think he's just a little bit taller. You can definitely see he's a lot bulkier, especially in the arms. And then, like I said, the Arbiter has just a little bit more movement down here in his feet. And this is the Arbiter that I'm used to seeing, that I'm sure most of us are used to seeing. Let's see if I can get him to stand in the back there on his own. But like I said, this guy's not bad. He does, oh, there it goes, have a loose leg there. So I'm going to see if I can't tighten that the best I can. When it's on there, it's fine. But when it starts to get loose, it's pretty much going to fall. But let me get the energy swords in this guy's hands real quick, and then we will take a look at that. Alright, so there he is with the energy swords, which looks awesome. Can't wait to get him in some actual picture poses. You know, I'll have to go look up some stuff from the game to see how he pretty much poses himself in the game, but this looks awesome. It's always cool to have an elite with 2 energy swords. Obviously, we've had Jega, and he had the other blade, some sort of, it was like a reverse energy sword on his wrist or his mechanical arm, but it's very cool to have 2 with an original energy sword. So I'll put him to the back here, and I'll take a look at Sergeant Forge and how he can hold his weapons in a second. Alright, so Sergeant Forge can get a pretty good grip on the shotgun. This is pretty much how he's going to hold it, so that both hands are on it. You can see it's starting to bend a little bit though, so it's not something that I would leave posed with him personally. If I'm going to leave him posed with it, it's probably going to be on his back right here, just like this. I'm not a fan of bending these, because you see it starts to morph and then it looks bad for photos. But at least he can hold the weapon with 2 hands. I can't say the same for the McFarlane one. I don't have it, but very cool to have both of these guys, especially because we're getting stuff from all sorts of different Halo games now. We're getting Halo Wars, Halo 2, Halo CE. We've gotten the Chief in that 4-pack from Target with the Grunt. We've gotten multiple Halo 3 things. So it's nice to see stuff besides Infinite come out. And where a lot of us old school fans are going to be happy with these figures, because, you know, it's a little bit of a nostalgia kick. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I'm going to get working on some other ones. Probably going to do some Star Wars stuff, switch back to Halo. Just kind of depends on what I feel like opening. But if you guys enjoyed, just remember to please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll keep you guys updated.